Hello, welcome to the Daily English News program on Azərbaycan Televiziya. I'm Gülər Hətamova. On 27 June, President İlham Əliyev received President of the Asian Development Bank, Masatsugu Asakawa.
The head of state noted that the visit of the Asian Development Bank president to the region provides an opportunity to gain deeper insights into Azerbaijan's ongoing development processes and fosters continued strong cooperation between Azerbaijan and the bank. President İlham Əliyev expressed gratitude for the bank's pivotal role in developing sectors critical for both the country and regional cooperation. The head of state particularly appreciated the Asian Development Bank's steadfast support in projects related to the transportation of Azerbaijani natural gas, contrasting it with financial delays caused by European financial institutions. The Azerbaijani president reiterated in this regard that, as he had mentioned before, despite Azerbaijan supplying natural gas to Europe, European banks had not demonstrated readiness to ensuring financing, unlike the Asian Development Bank. The president underscored that as Azerbaijan progresses, new objectives and challenges arise in creating strong economic ties with neighboring countries around the Caspian Sea and beyond. The head of state emphasized the importance of charting new pathways to continue successful cooperation with the Asian Development Bank. Masatsugu Asakawa expressed satisfaction at personally meeting with the head of state on the 25th anniversary of Azerbaijan's partnership with the Asian Development Bank, thanking him for the kind words. ADB President Masatsugu Asakawa also recalled the meeting held in a video conference format in 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic. He congratulated President Ilham Aliyev on his victory in the presidential elections, expressing his hope that the cooperation between the Asian Development Bank and Azerbaijan would continue successfully towards the realization of strategic priorities lying ahead of Azerbaijan in the future. Discussions were also concerned with the production and export of green energy. The head of state underlined the importance of the establishment of green energy zones in Azerbaijan, including the construction of hydroelectric power plants in the liberated territories. The president noted that up to 270 megawatts of hydropower potential has already been created in those territories, with discussions underway to increase it to 500 megawatts. The meeting also addressed cooperation regarding the North-South Railway project, as well as further expansion of relations in the field of transport between the Central Asian nations and Azerbaijan.
President İlham Əliyev also received Under Secretary General of the United Nations and Executive Director of the United Nations Environment Program, Inger Anderson.
Inger Anderson conveyed her congratulations to Azerbaijan on hosting COP29. She said that Azerbaijan would become a center where the whole world comes together to engage in discussions on global climate change. The UN Under Secretary General emphasized the significance of COP29 to be hosted by Azerbaijan, adding that this event will see adoption of very serious and important decisions in terms of submission of financial and transparency reports and other parameters related to climate change. Noting that Azerbaijan's hosting of COP29 truly testifies to the embodiment and example of the country's leadership on climate change, Inger Anderson described the creation of the Troika mechanism as a crucial step and conveyed her congratulations for this wise decision. The UN Under-Secretary General mentioned that the world is transitioning from fossil fuel to a new type of fuel. Describing attempts to criticize oil and gas exporting countries as unfair, Inger Anderson said she personally does not regard it as fair. She emphasized that every person in the world needs this form of energy, emphasizing that Azerbaijan has demonstrated strong political will in terms of green climate and green transition. Inger Anderson noted that the steps undertaken by Azerbaijan with regard to global methane pledge, decarbonization, modernization of the oil and gas industry are important. The UN Under-Secretary General hailed and conveyed her congratulations for the environmental measures implemented at the national level in Azerbaijan. She particularly commended the development of the digital and smart agriculture concept, waste management measures to protect the environment, the ecological environment of the Caspian Sea and biodiversity, and other areas. Inger Anderson praised the declaration of 2024 as the Green World Solidarity Year in Azerbaijan. Inger Anderson noted that as part of a visit to the country, she also met with the environmental volunteers and young people from IDEA, a young organization operating in the field of environment. She also mentioned her visit to the Shirvan National Park. Inger Anderson noted the expansion of cooperation between UNEP and Azerbaijan, announcing the World Environment Day would be celebrating in Azerbaijan on June 5, 2026, under the auspices of UNEP, emphasizing its significance as one of the most important global environmental events. President Ilham Aliyev thanked her for the kind words and hailed the cooperation between UNEP and Azerbaijan. Anderson's observations of the ecological environment meetings with youth during her tour of the regions. Despite being an oil and gas exporting country, the head of state highlighted Azerbaijan's plans to a transition to green energy, demonstrating the country's political will. The president considered the unanimous support of nearly 200 countries for Azerbaijan's presidency of COP29 as a sign of trust in the country. The Azerbaijani leader stated that Azerbaijan's presidency of COP29 would contribute to building bridges, trust and solidarity among world nations. President Ilham Aliyev emphasized that Azerbaijan represents the global south and as the chair of the non-aligned movement in 2019-2023 with strong ties to EU countries will work to strengthen solidarity and climate change between the global south and the global north. The president noted that Azerbaijan has identified the issues of small island states as a priority and is closely working on this issue with the Troika countries. President Ilham Aliyev mentioned that Azerbaijan is also suffering from climate change, observing that while the country used to experience droughts and decreased rainfall, there has recently been an increase in precipitation. During the conversation, there was an exchange of views on waste management, environmental issues concerning the Caspian Sea, its decreasing water levels, and the need for more systematic work and cooperation in these areas.
In 2023, Azerbaijan will host the Environment Day, which will bring the attention of the global community to the country. Inger Anderson, Executive Director of the UN Environment Programme, said while answering the question of AzTV News. At the briefing COP29, President Mukhtar Babayev announced that discussions had been held with the UN Environment Programme regarding joint action in the direction of the utilization and reuse of construction waste in the territories liberated from occupation.
A country that is really working very hard to tackle the triple planetary crisis. Look, in recent months, we have seen heat waves, flooding, and catastrophes that are brought about by climate change. And science shows us that we are truly in a state where, as the Secretary General says, it is a critical and existential situation. And it is in this context that I salute and celebrate that Azerbaijan has stepped up to host COP29.
On 27 June, Azerbaijan's Constitutional Court held a plenary session. The session reviewed the request of the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan regarding the compliance of the dissolution of the Milli Majlis of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the scheduling of early parliamentary elections in accordance with the Constitution. It was stated in the speeches that the implementation of the infrastructure, transport, security and other restrictions related to COP29 is inevitable. From this point of view, holding early elections will ensure unhindered participation of citizens in mass events and elections. This will also allow the candidates for the deputies to conduct the election campaign with ease. Chairman of the Constitutional Court, Ferhat Abdullayev, declared the composition of the plenary session. The Baku ID Innovation Festival is taking place in Baku, the main startup and innovation event in Azerbaijan and the region. The event is attended by local and foreign investors, startups and partners. Fariz Jafarov, Executive Director of the Central for Analysis and Coordination of the Fourth Industrial Revolution, spoke at the panel on increasing the role of startups in reducing emissions to zero. At the festival, the aim is to provide support for the development of the digital economy and sign documents on cooperation in this area. You can get in touch with us via our WhatsApp and Telegram accounts at 051-511-1956, through which you can report events you encountered as well as share your suggestions and comments. That was all for today. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.